Hey everybody, it's Coach Wharton here with OnlineBikeCoach.com, and we're about to start my 5th ride on my 2022 Intense Sniper T. But first, we want to take a look at the data from the end of Ride 4, and we're going to make some changes prior to me getting dressed and getting out there and riding. So let's start by taking a look over my shoulder at my hands, and then we'll see what changes need to be made. Okay, so the first thing I want to take a look at is the rear suspension suggestions. And if we look at it real carefully, we can see that yesterday's ride yielded a shock tuning score of 84 points, but it recommended that I add air, that I add spacers, that I slow down the rebound, that I firm up the compression, and the low-speed compression was a real mess as well. The only thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to add air. So when you click on the add air, I can't show it right now, but what it says is if it's yellow, what you want to do is add about 5% to the air pressure. Okay, so to do that, we're going to connect to the rear suspension, and I have to wake it up first. Let's see if I can do that now or not. Tell you what, I'll wake them both up. Okay. Okay, so here's the Sniper T rear. And right now it's showing 175 PSI. So let's go ahead and add 5% to that. That's going to be, let's see, 17.5. So that's going to be about 8 PSI. Okay. We're going to make that read about an 8%, or about a 5%. And there we have it. So now we've added some air to the rear shock, and we're going to be ready for a new ride. I'm going to hit Start New Session, and I'm going to confirm by going to 0% travel. Okay, now let's go do the front. Okay, for the front, the suggestions actually showed adding spacers, which I can't do, but let's mess with the low speed and high speed rebound and the compression. Okay, when we take a look at the Fox 34, the rebound dial is down here at the bottom of the right fork. And it is asking us to slow down the high speed and low speed rebound. Now, how do we do that? Well, let's go into the photos, and I've got a snapshot of the PDF. And if we look, if we go clockwise, that is the slow, that will slow it down. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. All right. And now let's go out and ride and see what we get for some numbers. Okay, it's actually Wednesday now, and I've just, I didn't get a chance to make the second half of this video, but I did get a good ride in, and I'm going to share the ShockWiz data with you. I'm really excited to see how this thing is developing. So this was my 5th ride, and I actually will start with the rear again. And so what I did was I added about 5% of the air. I went from a 177 or so to 182 PSI. And if we look at the suggestions, I got an 84-point ride. Air pressure and air spring ramp both look pretty good. Now the rebound, they're still asking me to slow it down. The compression, they're asking me to make it a little bit softer. I'm going to make those changes today to see if I can keep doing it, but I'll be honest with you. This shock it's a float. It has fewer options. And I'm not going to touch the interior until I get to 20 hours or so when the seals have properly broken in, etc. But I will probably end up having to make some valving and some oil changes through my work with Mike Davis and Mad Racing over here. He's a shock tuner professional in Reno, Nevada. So I'm happy with what I'm seeing here. If I look at the detections, everything looks good. And I actually ended up with about a 32% sag. So that's kind of cool. I will make the adjustments to the rebound and or the compression, and I'll try to videotape that before I head out today. It is actually looking like it might rain today in the desert, which is actually exciting because every little bit helps. All right, so now let's go take a look at the front, and this is where I'm super excited. This is the highest score that I've received on the front since I started riding the bike. The only thing I changed with the front was with the rebound, and I added 3 clicks to slow down the rebound. I ended up with 92 points. The air pressure is fine. They're still asking me to add spacers. They're still asking me to slow down the rebound again, but look at the compression. That's kind of exciting. This thing is really breaking in well. And I'll be honest with you, I rode on this traditional course, and it was my fastest descent of the year. Now, that doesn't mean much, but in the 2 weeks that I've been riding with this new bike, this was the fastest descent by about 30 seconds. It was about it went from 9 minutes to there. So, and the dynamic sag on this case, it was about 14%. Not sure why it doesn't show that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little bit of drag to the rebound. I'm going to slow it down on the front, and on the rear I am going to do almost the same thing. I'm going to take the rebound and I'm going to add some drag and I'm going to slow it down. Anyway, I'm going to go get dressed and get on the bike. I've got a kind of busy day and I want to get my laps in. Thanks for watching and enjoy the ride.